Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Baines, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What's going on? What is going on?
Killing, Mark. What it is?
Um, Peter David passed away. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I know. That is one of the iconic Marvel. Was he just a writer or was he also an artist?
Just a writer.
Okay, so I do know a lot of his stuff. I think it's from Hulk from the 90s or late 80s. Is that his stuff?
Yeah,
Because I know the
Hulk.
iconic,
Yeah,
the
Hulk
iconic
is his
Mr.
big one.
Fixers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Fixer stories. And the one with the also the incredibly expensive cover with Wolverine on the claws, I mean Hulk in the claws
Yeah.
in the reflection.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
He had a GoFundMe for his health and shit. Like he was not doing well, and
a lot of people getting on Marvel for that for not giving their because
he was
forgive
still
me,
writing for them.
I'm not 100%, but there's like a lot of things that people are saying about residuals not being paid, and I'm like, or there's like certain things that he did monies that he didn't get that he should have gotten from them
Oh
from
yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah. They owe him for 2099 Spider-Man.
So again, there's things that it's nobody's trying to blame them, but they're like he would have been better helped
Yeah.
had they paid the man. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. Like you use the characters he created. At least give them some credit, especially if you're boosting out toys and shit like that of the characters.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, 2099. That was his creation. Mephisto,
He is credit. I don't want to just
Maestro.
give it all. He is credit as co-creator of 2099.
Yeah,
I
he was
don't know if
co-creator with the artist. I think it was Mike Bigley.
okay, okay.
He was co-creator of Venom 2099. He created Maestro.
Oh, they did.
He
Wow,
created Maestro.
wow.
So like he created some like really unique characters. So I so the Spider-Man thing I was telling you about, it wasn't his writing. I thought it was Peter Jenkins writing. So he's the guy that created Sentry, that did that storyline I was telling you about with the Green Goblin. That was like probably one of my favorite storylines. But
Mm-hmm.
he did Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man when they relaunched, and that was a pretty solid book.
Mm-hmm.
But he is mostly known for Hulk, and then he did a really big run on Wolverine and like
The other
She-Hulk and
thing
shit too.
that I know that he's known for is Young Justice, and a lot of people say that's like their favorite thing that he did.
Yeah,
That unfortunately I did not get to read too much into, but again, that was a DC thing though, right?
yeah,
So that's kind of explains why I wasn't into it because I wasn't really reading DC stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So,
He did a lot of stuff though. Young Justice,
hmm
Aquaman. He wrote. He did Captain Marvel. He did X Factor. He did Supergirl books. He did Fallen Angel. He wrote
they
for
say he had
Spider
it run
Man. Yeah,
on Star Trek books and stuff. Like that's kind of crazy. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
He still has a GoFundMe up if you want to help out and stuff, and for the whole funeral and costs and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
he had a lot of good writing, and again, he was a great Marvel writer. He'd been there for years, and you should take care of the people that you actually get creativity from. That's what I say.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
But it's also like I
Yeah,
wish
they're not
I
hurting for cash. That's all I got to say. They're not hurting for money.
they're
So
not hurting
come
for
on.
money, but they also should also know who like they should have more of a health care thing with a lot of these writers because again a lot of them work like kind of as like wrestlers. They like freelancers and they considered freelancers, but they could be getting like that's the thing that's a big problem with the comic book industry too. That's always been a problem. And little by little, it's gotten better, but it's still like again, older guys like this still not getting covered like that, which just sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, 100%.
But yeah, check out his writings. Future Imperfect, probably one of his best writings. As well with Maestro.
Mm-hmm. I
Go,
agree.
yeah, go check out his stuff. Um, what else? I finished Doom Dark Ages.
And that was released what, 2 weeks ago or last
Yeah,
week?
2 weeks ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Fun.
Do you remember what difficulty you played on? Because I know
I
it has
played
no
on normal. I didn't go that high. I didn't go that insane. But I was able to
Okay.
platinum it in one playthrough. Just collecting the stuff and making sure you get like have everything. Like they give you get enough you get just enough points for everything. So they make sure unless you if you like at least discover everything throughout the stages and stuff, you'll be able to unlock everything by one gameplay, one playthrough, and then you may have to go back to like finish up some of the master missions, the master challenges they have for the max gun. But other than that, like it's a really solid game. It's very comic booky to me. Like the plot is very like it's not much of a plot. It's just this the Doom guy is just going around like the devil's trying to take over this little part they are, and he's trying to take over like destroy the world, and this Doomslayer is fucking their plans up and going after everyone, going after him. And then at one point they think he died, and no, he's too stubborn to die. He got up from he's all zombified, got up, took the hell boat and drove it right past the Hell's Gates and went back to Earth and Mars, wherever they're at, and fucked them up as well. So that was pretty much the story. Them trying to conquer, and he was like not refusing to let them conquer. It has some cool scenes with the like a Megazord kind of thing, and that was I think I said in the last cast. The dragon kind of plays like Panzer Lagoon Dragoon. Just how the gameplay is and stuff. So it has like a little retro feel to it. The game is pretty. Is very fun to play. I'm sad there's no BFG. There's a big ass arrow, but the arrow's not that great. I wanted a big fucking gun, and there was none. That disappointed me.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
That's
But there's also like if you want to challenge yourself, they have crazy difficulties. They have game mods that you can actually do in the game that to make the game even harder, more challenging, and things like that. But it's a fun play. Like it'll take you at least 40 hours, 40 to 50 hours to like 100 like platinum it. Or if you just go straight through the stages, it'll probably take you less time, but you will be weak by the time you get to the last boss.
mm, mm.
So, but it's a fun game. I'll go solid 8.5 out of 10.
Good, good.
It's a very pretty game too. I'm playing this game right now. I shout out to my boy Ruben. He lent me it because he wanted to borrow Doom Dark Ages. I had it physical, so I lent him that, and he lent me this game called The Precinct, and it's pretty much like Grand Theft Auto, like old school Grand Theft Auto, but you're a cop. But it plays like the the top down Grand Theft Auto. It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you know who made that one?
I don't know. It's an indie publisher. I don't know the name of it. But
Okay.
it's interesting. Like I'm being entertained by it. It plays like again like the top down the old school like GTA 2 style, but it's a bit more lower, not as high in like helicopter view. You can see the cars and shit. And pretty much you stop crimes. You could give people parking tickets. You could give them tickets for littering. You can do legit like
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
like yo, they have one. I was just walking by a person's car and they threw garbage out the car, and I had to summons his ass. And the person didn't want to take the ticket. He fucking drove off. I was like, motherfucker, now it's a fucking now you gonna get arrested. So and then you could choose the things that they did. So like say for instance, there was a car chase and they hijacked the car. You could charge those for them crimes and you get more experience and things like that. So it's kind of like a cop simulator, but it plays like old school Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
It's interesting.
Hmm.
Um, Tekken 8 they announced Armor King.
Yeah, they finally showed Faku Ram's fighting style, like his
Yeah,
new stuff, the extended trailer basically, and at the end they have the teaser for the next character, and the next character is Armor King, which
I'm
is cool.
happy. Happy with that.
He breathes fire too.
Nice. I saw.
You know he's a Muda character.
Yeah.
because he has the green mist and he has the knee.
Yeah,
And when he debuted as a complete uh in five,
yeah,
because then he's a character that existed in two,
yeah.
but in five somebody saw great motive because they gave him the green mist and he has the shining wizard and he had the pants that he was wearing at the time,
Ah,
like the baggy leather
yeah,
pants.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yes, that's exactly
interesting,
he turned into great motive.
interesting, interesting. I like Kings. I like the Armor King as well, so I'm happy.
Hmm.
And then the next character is a guest character. They haven't mentioned anything about that.
So does that mean that that there's gonna be two? Because season one had Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah,
I mean 16, excuse me,
so
16.
they did the way they did it was um each one they had like former character, former character, and then guest character. The category it says guest character.
Okay.
So the returnings are Anna, Pokemon, and Armor King.
So do you have any guesses who it is? Because they have not said anything.
Um,
I don't know Sega's stance on Kiryu, but remember the last time in
Majima,
seven, the rule was you can't have Kiryu because
Majima,
he no fighting women.
Majima,
You think Majima?
Majima fought everybody.
Uh,
He fought
That's
women, he fought kids, he fought everybody.
yeah, that's true.
He'll fight your kids.
He'll fight sharks. He'll
He'll
fight
fight
everything.
your shark. He fights bears. He fights pirates. He fought everything. I will take.
Has he fought a dragon yet?
No, has not fought a dragon, but he did fight
Okay.
a large ass shark.
Okay. Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon.
Soon. One day. Probably high on mushrooms. He fights a dragon. But I would love to see Majima. I personally would love to see Majima. We've seen that the pirate game is very popular and shit too, and did really well. So I wouldn't pass if they put Majima on there. I'll definitely buy that season if they put Majima. It make me buy the season faster if they put Majima.
Yes.
Um, they already did Final Fantasy, so I don't think they're gonna do another Final Fantasy character because I know everyone wants Tifa.
Maybe she's season three. Maybe they'll do it like that.
It could be. Like I know everyone would.
Yeah.
People were not mad that it was Clive, but people also wanted Tifa
Hmm.
because people loved Clive being the character. And he's fucking badass in the game. He's kind of cheesy, but I actually was happy to see him because I actually like Clive. I like that game, but everyone wanted Tifa, and like everyone's like, hey Tifa, let's do Tifa, but let's see, we'll see. I
We'll
don't know what
see.
else Namco would do because then again, they you go to the last game and they had night what's his name Negan from Walking Dead.
This is true. You
So
never know where they're gonna go if they can do that.
they're gonna have the Waffle House waitress and the Waffle House
I
stays will be the
mean, there's just constant stories of him, uh, Harada trying to contact the Waffle House,
yeah.
and they don't know anything about that. They can't get I guess can't get a hold of their corporate offices or whatever.
Yeah,
They don't understand.
this the guy's gonna be a Waffle House employee.
They're just losing money, man. It should be that girl from the meme, the
Yeah,
one
that
that caught the
catches the
chair
chair,
with the head. Yeah.
beat you with a soda pop
Yep.
and then frying pan. I don't know what other guests they'll do with Tekken.
Dracula. Put Dracula from Castlevania. I mean Alucard. There you go.
That'll be
Alucard from
cool.
Castlevania.
That'll be cool.
Let's get some Konami love in there. You know what? Solid Snake. Put Naked Snake in there
Naked
because
Snake.
his game's coming out.
Yeah. Naked Snake could be in there. Um, how about I don't know, like guest wise, maybe another Street Fighter character.
I wouldn't want to just go back to the well though. That's the thing.
I don't think it would be. I'll say a new character though. I won't say Yokuma. Maybe Chung Li.
I mean, she's a easy pick, but with her being in everything already, I
That is
don't
true.
know.
So put
Like
Blanca.
she's about to come out in City of the Wolves. Like I
Put
think she's
Zangief. Just because I want King versus Zangief.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Let's do Zangief.
Zangief, Armika would be good because she's not a guest in anything.
Oh damn! I would like to see
Hmm.
how that's gonna look.
That's a character. That's a fan favorite that never gets put in anything.
Yeah,
I feel.
I'll be interesting.
Rival Schools. There you go. Rival Schools. The collection just came out.
Yeah.
Put a Rival Schools character in there. There you go.
So like yeah, I don't know the direction they would go with the guest characters. So that's the one thing. Like again, like they had a Walking Dead character in it. So who
Yep.
knows? It could
Can't
be something
can't
random like that, or it could be something that someone people have been requesting for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll
who knows?
see.
Who knows? Um, I did watch the second episode of Ultra Force on our comic wheel.
Yes. It was okay. Nothing crazy.
Nothing special. Like I'm not really digging
Uh,
it. It is '90s comic, but I'm really not into the characters.
it did surprise me how many voices I recognized from X-Men.
Yeah.
Jubilee is the little tech girl. I think Cyclops is the voice of Prime.
Okay.
Like if you listen, you can hear it. Because remember, it's old, so it's like right as the X-Men is coming out
Yeah.
is when this is happening. So their voices don't quite sound the same, but I think it. I'll have to look him up,
Yeah.
but you can 100% tell that the Jubilee is in there. So the plot I thought was actually interesting because it's early 90s,
Yeah.
and this is a plot that's been stolen since then. Not from this, but the main villain is has magical powers, so he hates the surface dwellers because he's like a mole man,
Yeah.
ancient mole man. They call them the fire people because they live in a volcano. But his powers let him like levitate things and I guess control electronics, which is crazy. But I don't think it's just specifically electronics. But what he plans to do is send the nukes to destroy the surface
Yeah.
because he hates the surface dwellers. That's what he calls them. So like if you've seen things in comics and movies since the '90s, that has been a thing that has been done over and over again. Where the main villain's plot is we're gonna just launch nukes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So you see it here, and it's early, and you get to see dumbass Prime. I didn't realize that he was stupid.
Yeah.
That he was like a dumb kid.
Okay.
So
No.
that was a funny thing to find out. Um, so you get to see the drama they have between him, Prime, and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Because he's like the Hulk,
Yeah.
but he can fly, which is worse. Like, don't let Hulk fly. That's the last thing you want.
Yeah.
Go right to your greenhouse. All the windows gone. So that was an interesting thing to see in the episode. But other than that, it wasn't too anything to write home about.
Okay. Do you
It
want
wasn't
to
terrible.
do you want to continue or go to the next?
Yeah, let's see the third episode. Let's
All
see
right.
where they go.
All right. Cool. So we stick on to Ultra Force. All right. Anything else you got?
Shout outs to the Weisler. That's Justin Wong for making people refund the SNK versus Capcom. I mean Capcom SNK2 because he's been doing videos of him playing the collection that had just come out. He's
Yeah.
been playing SNK versus well, I keep saying that, but that's an actual different game. Capcom versus SNK2, and he's been doing this thing where you can pick the strength of the character with the ratio, and he's been picking characters like um, what is the specific Akuma? Shinakuma,
Yeah.
ratio 4, and that's just a nightmare. It really is. He shouldn't have did that. And then he picked Zangief.
Damn.
So then he catches you with the SPD, you're done. It's just seeing people's entire life bar just gone. It's like, damn. And now he's gonna play with another grappler. And to see him put a video up now, he's gonna play as well, I know him as Bear. What is his name? Raiden. Raiden.
Okay.
Yes. So shout outs to that. Also the Combo Breaker tournament that happened this weekend.
Nice.
This is to
What's
be
with all the
honest,
people with no shirts on?
because there was this one guy, the legend of this player, this Korean player named Punko, that started out years ago.
Okay.
And then just if you wilding out, you beat people's asses, take your shirt off, go crazy.
Okay.
That's what he did.
I was
And
just
so
checking the understanding of it.
yeah, that's the legend of it. So I guess some more people did it this weekend. But like, shout outs to the people that run that tournament. Shout outs to the graphic designers and stuff. Like Combo Breaker, I feel, is one of the top community run events besides Evo
Nice.
in all of like fighting games. So it's everybody comes out to it. You see people from all over the world come. Like I told you about Tekken was ridiculous, and I watched some of it, but I watched the entire top eight, and it was mostly South Korea. It was some Japan, but it was like the top players from Pakistan was like in the top three.
Nice.
I was like crazy, man. Who knew Pakistan got the best Tekken players? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think the winner was from South Korea this year.
Okay.
It wasn't the usual guy named Nee. I think you might be a little familiar with him. Like he plays Brian.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was cool. And I think the other thing that I like about Tekken that's not usually in most fighting game tournaments is the variety of characters. Like it was Brian, there was Anna. Like she just came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's already a player's that good with her. Um, there was what's the guy with the I keep thinking his name is Ronaldo. He has a regal name. He's the dude with the suit with
The lightsaber. Oh, I forgot his name.
the power in his hands and stuff. Like his hands light up. I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. I
Um,
don't know his name by heart.
the Ninja Raven was in the like top eight. I was like, wow, nobody ever gets Raven that far. Like so, it was just cool to see that. Street Fighter happened. I did not see exactly who won because it ended way later.
Okay.
Like it ended like I think maybe like 12, close to 12
You said the
midnight. I was like,
dude with the glowing hand or the dude with the sword?
no, he has a glowing hand. He has like white.
Claudio.
Claudio. There you go. There you go. I think the guy won the tournament with Claudio.
Nice.
So again, just different characters winning the major tournaments. Cool stuff. And the thing about Combo Breaker is they have mystery tournaments for like just ridiculous old games that you would never expect to see anybody play. But then they also had like things like Bloody Roar had a tournament.
Yes.
Things like Lethal League, which is an indie game, had a tournament. Things like I think Skullgirls was there, but Killer Instinct had a big presence. Like there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get mainstream stuff that always gets a lot of love at Combo Breaker. So shout outs to them.
Nice. Nice. I like that other people are doing good with their tournaments.
Yes. If the big companies don't see fit to put the money to have like one sponsored, Supremely is always going to be the community that does it themselves.
Nice.
And I'd also like that when it comes to the community run like tournaments. I mean, and even Evo because obviously that's big bucks Sony right now. But like the commentators are all community members, so it's never turned into this real corporate thing. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to them.
Nice.
Uh, on the figure front, I didn't see anything too special, but I did see something that I want to highlight because I said if you don't, if you want a deal in these trying times, I recommend you follow cheap ass gamer because
Yeah.
they have deals on things that are not just games. And they had a post where the really really high quality Tekken 8 figures
Oh,
are on
nice.
sale. 15% off, I believe. No, it's like 20% off.
Nice.
So they're $50 flat, which is much cheaper than they normally are. Normally they're like 75 after tax, like 60 something plus tax, and we all know stuff is going up and up with the prices right now.
Yeah.
So if you really want to, you can get like the Kazuya, which I think is one of the best figures they've ever made for Tekken,
Nice.
for $50.
Nice.
So I would check that out, and it's on Amazon.
Cool. I'll
Don't
definitely.
know if it's sold out by now, but it might be.
Cool. Oh, I did get the O3 Turtles in from Super 7.
Now you just said this was a long time coming.
Yeah, I pre-ordered this probably late 2023,
Gotcha.
so about a year and a couple months.
That's a long
And I saw Super 7 get it last. Like Big Bad Toys and other companies sent theirs out earlier, like earlier this month or 2 months earlier. I had this pre-order a long time ago, but I did it with the 4 because you got these special heads with it too. Because if you didn't pre-order the 4, you didn't get the extra 4 heads. So they're very effing like dope looking. Like the O3, they look just like the cartoon. Like I'm surprised on how detailed of the O3 turtles they are. They look all fantastic, and I'm like, I was looking to sell it, and I'm like, damn, these are fucking dope. I can't. I like the O3 series too a lot. So, but they all come with a lot of cool stuff. Like Mikey actually has like the spinning nunchuck and shit that you can actually make him look like he's spinning the nunchuck. They have the different faces, as in Raph has the angry face, he has a smiling face, and then he has this attack face. Mikey has a silly face and shit too. So they're really really well detailed. They're nice size figures as well. They have that big box that all Super Sevens have. Um, and it's really nice, like really detailed too. Like they did a really good job with these.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Uh, there's two things I guess we could bring out crossover. One small, one kind of big. So I did not see Double or Nothing, but shout outs to Swerve
Yes.
for his ridiculous gear that he had, the Predator gear.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I just saw the picture they had of it with it when it came out. It had the red light on it. It looks dope. It looks real dope.
Nice.
Needs to get a figure with that ASAP. And then the other crossover we can talk a little bit about because it's got more to it is the Roman Reigns is supposed to be a Street Fighter, the movie, the new movie.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. So
What?
it looks like him and Momoa are going for the same part.
Why are this like the same man? They, they should be Ken Ryu. They should just do it.
Yeah.
They should just do it. Like they both look this. They both look just about the same physique wise. Why not just have them hair wise?
Goken and Akuma.
Just make no. Just make one of them blonde. That's
Yeah,
it.
Roman. Yeah, so they're
So what
casting
is
for the
that
new
about?
Street Fighter. Casting for the new Street Fighter movie. I think Legendary Studios is doing it. The person they're looking at for Ryu, he's pretty solid like fighter. He does this show called Warriors that's on Netflix. I think he's the
Okay,
lead on
sounds
that,
familiar.
and he has some. They have some really good action scenes in that show. So I'm okay. I'm like, all right, I can see Ryu. Like, all right, I see that. The dude that played the Atomic Smasher, which was in Shazam, which we not Shazam, and Black Adam, which we're getting to very soon. He's looking to be Ken. And then they said they're screen testing for Akuma, which I think Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns are screen testing for right now.
Nice,
And Braun
nice.
Strowman wants to play Zangief, and you better give him that part.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
don't have another big man like that to be Zangief.
That's free money.
Yeah.
That's free money. Put him in.
And then he could pay homage to the '93 one, cause he kind of looks like that guy as well.
A little bit.
There
Just let him do the thumb. That's all.
you go. It'd be interesting. Again, I have to wait and see, cause I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't. Are they the same people that made any of the old same
No,
studios that
no,
said the older Street Fighter?
no, no, no.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So at least it's that. But we did get burned with Legend of Chung Li.
Uh,
Yeah, so I don't trust
all right, all right.
them. What else we got? I don't know. I have not anything. No else. I'm getting to this movie.
Yeah, we could do that. The movie we have for this week is Morbius from 2022, PG-13, an hour 44. Did you see this one when it streamed? Because I remember that was a thing.
I did not watch this until it went on Netflix.
Okay. It is directed by Daniel Espinosa. Do we know anything that he's done?
I've seen Safe House with Denzel and Ryan Reynolds, but that's all I know of his.
Okay, understood. Yeah, I don't see anything that I've seen, so we'll just leave it at that. Writers Matt Sazama, Burke Sharpless. Uh, and they also did the screenplay and as well. They don't credit who created the character though.
Nah, they don't. I forgot who
Interesting.
created it. It's like a co-create thing too.
Okay. Oh, they don't want to hear it. This guy's trying to hate him. Okay, we have Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Mobius. We have Matt Smith as Milo.
Yes.
We have Adria Arjona as Martine Bancroft. Jared Harris, Dr. Emil Nicholas. Tyrese Gibson as Eamon Simon Stroud. Al Madrigal as Agent Rodriguez. Michael Keaton as Adrian Toombs. Zaris Angel Hader as Anna. Uh, Ferrera Joe as Bush Pilot. All right. Charlie Shotwell as Young Michael. Joseph as Jason Rennie as Ringleader Bully. Arian Moven as Gangman. Okay. Apparently, there's not that many people.
No.
Corey Johnson as Mr. Fox.
There you
We have Furman Galliano as Bodega owner. And there we go. 2022. Do we have any other? We didn't have like a Spider-Man or a Venom cameo, so no.
go. We had a Vulture's cameo,
But they credit Michael Keaton in the beginning. Like
but
they
we,
count. They
we
count.
see actual Vulture at the end credits.
No, no. Adrian Toombs is his name though.
I
Like so
know,
they
but
credit him.
yeah.
He's not in the bottom like where they hide them.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like sometimes when there's a cameo, they hide the name until the bottom.
Yeah. So yeah,
This
there's no.
time he's just right there.
Yeah, there was no other one.
They don't even care. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have also they could have even had like Scorpion, that dude that plays Scorpion in No Way Home, and they could have actually had him in it. He was Bob Boss in Far Cry 3.
But I don't remember. Like what he didn't do much, right?
He was in jail with Toombs though, and like in the end credit.
No, no, no. I'm saying like he never got to be
No, he never did.
on
Like he
screen
never actually been
Scorpion,
Scorpion, no. But he was working with
but
Toombs in jail.
he was the guy that was supposed to be. So they didn't cancel that, right? He still might
No, they
be.
still looking. There's just rumors that he might be part of Part 4.
Okay,
So who
okay.
knows?
He was a good actor for what he did, and
Yeah.
that at least a Far Cry. Like he pretty much sold that game.
Oh yeah.
Um, so let's see. What is our what is our synopsis? Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead. So this is the second Batman in our movies 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
The one thing I realized due to a story about people visiting a cave and getting sick is that Batman would be sick all the time
Yeah.
from being around bat poop.
Yeah.
I just realized that. So it makes sense that Morbius turns into some messed up version of a Batman. Um, but basically, you see his journey, him studying this stuff, him studying the bats, him intending to use this. Well, it's not new technology. It's basically they're using this science to perform these what they hope is some type of miracle on him. I don't know what gives them the idea that the miracle could be done on a human, but that's always the birth of some type of monster.
There you go.
Man experimenting on himself. Uh, this is closer to the origins of the character So this movie has a funny slash quirky bit of history to it because it was deemed as very bad by like the internet audiences that saw it. Because remember, this was, I guess, a streaming debut movie.
Yeah.
It flopped then because of how much the internet made fun of it
Yes.
through memes. People who did not understand that that was not a good thing thought that they could bring this movie back out after the initial release. So that's kind of why this movie ended up getting another life bred into it. Also, this is an April 1st movie, which I didn't even realize.
The joke is on you.
So yeah, yeah.
You saw it. Yeah, joke. April Fools.
April Fools. So there's a lot going on with that in terms of it, but it never was a cult classic. It
I
was
don't
more of
consider it a cult classic, and I think people
no,
make everything a cult classic when there's a reason. There's a reason why certain things are cult classics and some are not.
yeah. This was more of a case of some studio exec not understanding memes
Yes.
and trying to cash in on people and then failing twice.
It's like, what are they saying? Boo Werns? Boo Werns?
They're saying it's Morbin time. Oh, that sounds like Power Rangers. People love Power Rangers. Let's
Yeah.
put it back out. No, that's not what they meant. Mm-mm. So I think the initial meaning of morbing was just it was during the pandemic and it was
Yeah.
not a good time for people mentally.
Yeah.
So people were, I think, equating turning into Morbius into the state of their mental well-being, and that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good,
Yeah.
and they took it a different way. So I mean, the movie kind of gets a bad rap. I will say, having watched it, it's not as bad as people tell you it is, but it's not good. It's not a cult classic. It's
No.
not something that you watch and go, "Oh, it got shafted by the internet." No, it went right where it was supposed to.
It's a one and done. I'm not gonna watch this again.
It's just the fact that they decided to make this character a lead, and I don't know why.
I'll say
Maybe they asked Jared Leto what character he wanted to play, and that's how this movie came about. I don't know.
I don't know if they sold him as Joker. I don't know. I wouldn't trust him after
Yeah,
that. But
yeah. I will say this, Mark, about the Joker. He didn't get the benefit of a full movie. I agree. He probably shouldn't have got one, right?
yeah.
But that's always gonna be a story of what if. He got a story of we didn't need this with
Yeah.
this movie. I feel.
My big issue. So I'll say Morbius as a character. I'll say he's a cult classic character in comic books,
Okay.
just
Okay.
because there is a cult following for Mobius. It's like that's the reason why we still see new storylines for Mobius. That's the reason why we see like like previews and things like that of people wanting to do Mobius projects is because he is a cult classic character from Marvel Comics. A lot of people like him. I don't see why. I never liked the character. Didn't like him in the game. Didn't like him in Maximum Carnage. I just never liked the character. I hated him in the animated series. I thought he was a
Yeah.
whiny little bitch.
He is so melodramatic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I never liked the character. So, and that's not taking away from me like trying to enjoy this movie and stuff like that. It's a character I just never really care for. So like, but I see him. I see why they will do a lead movie just because again he's a cult classic. He's a cult follower. He has a cult following in Marvel Comics. It's kind of like I would say in the way of what's another character that I could say? Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
He has a fan base,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even that old ass the movie has a fan base. So that's I will say is a cheesy cult classic because it had the camp. And that's the other thing is if this movie would have been more campy and try to not take itself seriously, and I think we would it would because it had a little sense of humor, and it had good actors in it. Like I like Matt Smith as an actor, so it had a good cast. It's just I wish it went more into the horror camp stuff, and then it being another fucking superhero movie.
Yes. And the thing about Morbius, he looked like in action, he looked like the guy from. He looked like a video game character very specifically the way he moved when he
Yeah,
was using his powers. He looked like the guy from. There's a 360 game. They made two of them, and the guy gets the virus, and he starts
prototype.
prototype.
I
Can I
see
tell
it.
you? I tell you
And the
100%
second
why.
one was the black dude, right? And the
Yes,
first
yeah,
one was the
yeah,
dude with the hoodie.
yes. But if you remember the first one,
Yeah.
like in the trailers and stuff, when he was moving around, he had that same blur effect.
Yeah. Okay,
And
I see
and
it.
then and then his story is pretty much Morbius' story.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those circular things where something inspired by something else
Yeah.
turns into something else because it's like that character was pretty much inspired by Morbius, and you see here they pretty much saw the way he moved and took it because no other character like moved like that with that
Yeah.
blur effect,
Yeah.
jumping on literally jumping on the buildings just like Prototype, literally consuming people just like Prototype. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's so much between it that is like it's almost like you had to have seen what that was. It's one of you guys had to have seen either Morbius or Morbius guys who made the movie had to have seen Prototype. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I can
But
see
like
it.
other than that, it wasn't bad. It just was not. It just wasn't deserving of a top villain.
Yeah, I agree.
Morbius is a side character.
Yeah, I
He's a
agree.
guy that gets his own episode of the show. You know what I mean? Not
Got too
his
many
own
episodes of the
feature.
damn show.
Yeah, he did. He did. And then they did a part two to it later. Ugh.
Felicia.
You know your hero's bad when he's laying on a couch,
Yeah.
holding a woman's head, just and I'm talking about as a kid's cartoon. What?
Yeah.
What do you get out of here?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
All right.
So,
Where you get it?
275.
275.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it just didn't need to be made.
Okay, let me get your movies. 275. So your 275s consist. You have quite a few. Fantastic Four. 05. Um, Bulletproof Monk. Hercules. Green Lantern. Lone Ranger. Daredevil.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
Put it before Lone Ranger. It's not
Okay.
that bad. It's not that boring.
Okay. 275. I think honestly, I think again, like I was saying, that it could have went more into the camp and be more of a horror than actual like superhero movie. And I think if they would have went in that direction, the actors they had, I think they would could have told a better story. So I'm gonna go 2.5. I was not crazy about this movie, um, and I would not watch this again. I did like Wonder Woman. I did like this more than Wonder Woman 86 though. So it's gonna go over that.
Mm, I get that. I get that.
Our next movie is Doctor Strange 2. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Something Madness. I forgot the name, the whole title.
Is it Multiverse of Madness, right?
Multiverse of Madness. Yes. I
Yes.
actually enjoyed this movie. A lot of people did not. I actually liked it. Again, when you add camp and horror elements into a movie, this had a lot of horror and camp elements to the movie, and I actually really enjoyed it. A lot of people did not. So it's gonna be it's gonna be what you feel the movie is.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
that's our next movie. And then after that we have Super Pets, which is our next CGI movie that's in this list. That's starring The Rock. Keanu Reeves is Batman in this animated series. Um, then we have Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Adam, Wakanda Forever, and that wraps up 2022. 2023, we have Ant-Man Quantumania, we have Shazam 2, Guardians 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash, Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Blue Beetle, Marvels, and Aquaman 2, and that wraps up 2023.
Okay. All right.
That
I mean,
year, I feel like there was a backup of all movies, and then I think everything came released that the year.
that's true. I can see that. But I also think not as bad as leading up to this movie.
No, not as bad.
Not as bad. Okay.
But then the following year, the next year after that, then there's some.
Uh-oh.
Because
Uh-oh.
2024 starts with Madam Web.
Ooh, wow. That's a see now look, that's a movie that the reception is do. It is a do emoji.
Yes.
But I we're gonna see it. Have you seen that one?
I tried and I couldn't
I,
keep up. I couldn't. I couldn't watch it in full.
oh no.
There
That's
was
not a good
there
sign.
was two
That's not a good
characters that
sign.
annoyed the shit out of me, and I was like, you know what? I can't. I'll wait till we do it on the cast because I'm not gonna finish this right now.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that's not a good sign.
So Madam Web is 2024. We got Deadpool 3, which I think is gonna be a highlight. The Crow 2024 was terrible. They did
Terrible,
a new
terrible.
movie of The
Oh,
Crow.
no.
It was not good. I did not like it at all.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Joker 2, which I heard was extremely terrible. Venom 3, which I did not like at all. Craven the Hunter, which is after that.
Wow. All right. Did, hold on. Can I ask, Mark? Did
Yeah.
hero movies fall off a cliff?
I, yeah.
Wow.
Our saving beacon of 2024 is Deadpool 3.
Yeah. Yeah, because it sounds like it's surrounded by just
And
the
then
worst.
like 2025 Craven the Hunter. Then we have Captain America Brave New World. Which I was disappointed with. Then Thunderbolts, which I really enjoyed. I think that was probably a saving grace of this year.
Hmm.
Then Superman and Fantastic Four also come out this year. So those are like again, we're getting close to the end of this list. And unless they
Gotcha.
added more, then we review that. And that's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, um, yeah, no bueno.
Hmm.
All right, we wrap
Hmm.
this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere Recycle Inc. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, and TikTok over Mark with the Mic. Also check out our other casts. We have the Morphin Cast, Shell Shock, the Not a Trekkie, and the Gamer Rage, all monthly casts. We are recording for Shell Shock on Wednesday. We're gonna do the 2012 series. And then we got Morphin Cast, Super Mega Force coming out soon. So definitely stay tuned for those. Not a Trekkie, we'll be doing Andor season 1, season 2, and I heard such amazing things about that show. So I'm actually looking forward to that. So stay tuned, and we also got to plan our Mass Effect chat. So we
Mm-hmm.
plan that soon as well. So a lot of things coming. So stay tuned. Follow that on everything, and like, subscribe, and also like comment, and give us a 5-star rating if you can. That'll be great on Spotify. It helps our algorithm and all that stuff, and gets a lot of views on it. So we actually been getting a lot of listens. So let's keep it up. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.